This is Jim Balls for Jim Balls Super Cool Music Reviews. I'm back! Alright, that was probably one of the worst intros I've ever done, but that's right, it is Jim Balls here, back with another music review. Jim Balls, why are you wearing the same sweater? It's called the Sigma Grind Set. I filmed 2 videos one day, bitch. I ain't no dusty, crusty bitch. I shower, I just be grinding. So, this is the best albums of 2021. That's right, the best albums of 2021. Here to talk about more music, and these are the best albums of 2021. So here are the rules. 1 album per artist. Only 20 albums, because we don't need this video being longer than it's already gonna be, baby. And this is my opinion. I'm allowed to have my own opinion. And as always, if your favorite album isn't on this list, it's either one of 2 things. 1, I have not listened to it, or 2, it is trash and doesn't deserve to be up on the list, baby. And I guess we can talk about a couple exclusions. I'm gonna disclude the Beach House EPs here. As you know, we like Beach House here on the Jim Balls channel, but those EPs are kind of just like gonna be part of their 2022 album, I'm pretty sure. So it kind of felt weird adding them in here, so I'm discluding those. And let's talk about some honorable mentions. We have JPEG Mafia on here. JPEG Mafia, he dropped a good album this year. However, I felt like it was a little bit of dip in quality in comparison to Veteran and Cornballs. Still a step above his EPs, it's still a good album, but it just didn't hit the same as Cornballs and Veteran. Let's keep it real. Also, I like the new Mike Disco. That was a super great album. Shoo Shoo, we like Shoo Shoo here on the Jim Balls channel. That was another good album, but didn't make the cut. We have Squid as well. Squid, that was a super fun rock album. Probably one of the most fun albums I listened to this year. Had a good time listening to that. But didn't make the cut. Same with West Side Gun. I think it was Hitler Wears Hermes. I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't really care that much. But yeah, the side B to that was also really good, but didn't make the cut. But here's who did make the cut. We got Chief Keef for them. Bang, bang. The new Chief Keef proves that Chief Keef still got it. This album's full of bangers as well as a few emotional cuts. Super solid, super consistent. Pretty much every single song hit. Everything on this was pretty great except for the transphobic bar on, I think, Hadouken. We're going to ignore that bar, but whatever. Chief Keef, he's awesome. These bitches still love Sosa. I didn't mean to swear there, but it's a quote, so I think I can get away with it. Also, the opener on this was amazing. We still love Chief Keef. Next, we have Sewer Slut. We had good times together. Don't forget that. This is an emotional album that hits the feels. Sewer Slut is kind of controversial. I don't know all the details there. I think it might be have to do something with like lolly or use of like lolly art or whatever. I don't know. I'm able to separate the art with the artist here with Sewer Slut, especially because it's all just mainly instrumental stuff. But whatever, some people hate Sewer Slut. There's some amazing high points on the song, especially the closer on this album. Really hits the feels. Really depressing album, but really good one at that. Next, we have Matt Ox Unorthodox. No, this is not a joke edition. This is an absolute banger of a mixtape. Matt Ox pulls together with a very forward-thinking mixtape here. The production on this is super psychedelic and super awesome. There's tons of beat switches. I think Psyche is the closer on it. It has like 10 different beat switches on it. Super crazy. Crazy vocals. Very innovative album. And it bangs. Stop sleeping on Matt Ox. Stop hating on him. He's next up. Just wait. Next, we have Blade the Fool. No, this is also not a joke edition. I really like Blade now. Long-time Drain Gang people probably are hating on Blade now. I've sort of been seeing that. Blade's been getting more accessible, more poppy, and I've been really liking it. Blade's been actually sounding good to me. Some people prefer his older albums, but personally I think his voice sounds super dooky. There's way too much auto-tune, kind of hurts my ears. On this, he's kind of laid back on the auto-tune a bit, and he's been sounding a lot better. This is fun as flip, solid production. The trance synths all over this sound great, and this is the best Blade yet. Blade's been sounding good, I'm not gonna lie. Next, we have Key Glock Yellow Tape 2. This is the follow-up to Yellow Tape 1, which was dropped last year, which was also probably one of my favorites of last year, and this is one of my favorites of this year. Key Glock's been on it. This album has banger after banger after banger after banger after banger after banger after banger. This is a dummy consistent album. Key Glock slides like a bouse on every single beat. Key Glock's been killing it. When it comes to mainstream trap artists, no one can do it really as good as Key Glock. He's one of the best out there. Let's keep it real. Next, we have Tyler, the Creator, Call Me If You Get Lost. Pretty sure everyone who's watching this video probably heard this and knows about Tyler, so I don't really gotta say too much. It's dummy good. Tyler's been just on a streak. He's consistent AF since Flower Boy. This album's a good mix of Wolf and Flower Boy. Love the jazzy production on this. Tyler's still killing it. He still got it. Next up, we have the Armed Ultra Pop. This whole thing flipping bangs. There's just unmatched energy on this. The entire thing makes me want to just run through a wall. Just banger after banger after banger. Super banger album here from the Armed. Great rock album. Next, we have Baldi James and the Alchemist, Bo Jackson. These two can't fail. They first, I think, linked up on my first chemistry set in 2013. And then they dropped The Price of Tea in China in 2020, 7 years later, and they just didn't skip a beat. And then since then, they've just been dropping collab projects, and every single one of them hit. These two cannot fail when they're working together. Great song after great song. Love Baldi James' cool collected flow, and he's got great storytelling in his lyrics. We love Baldi James and Alchemist. He's been on a roll producing. They're both at the top of their game right now. Next up, we have RX Poppy, 100 Miles and Walkin'. Walkin' his bitch like Blade. That's actually the bar on this. But I really like RX Poppy. He's got a very unique style. He's definitely the future of hip hop. Can't wait to see more people replicate his style. The opener on this is absolutely amazing. A great variety of bangers and then emotional cuts as well. RX Poppy, I'm excited to see what he can do in the future. Next up, we have Kanye West, Donda. I'm pretty sure most of you know Kanye West, Donda, heard about this, probably don't gotta talk about it. This is the Jesus is King that we were waiting for. This is the album we've been waiting for since the announce of Yandi. Jesus is King was a big flop. I don't care if you're a Kanye D rider. Jesus is King was a big flop. This is what we've been waiting for. It hit. It was worth the wait. It's definitely up there in the Kanye discog. This is probably, I kind of see this as a little bit better than T-Lop. It's like a little bit better T-Lop to me. It's Kanye doing Kanye. It's Kanye. We know Kanye. We love Kanye. So next up we have 10, Delta Sleep, Spring Island. This is one of those albums you guys probably don't know about. So this is some great math rock. If you don't know math rock, it's where they create computer programs where the guitars do geometry and some algebra, and then they do stuff like that. But there's some certified bangers on this, like The Detail and Old Soul are two great songs. Some awesome guitar melody, and every song hits. This is some great accessible, poppy, indie rock, and each song hits. So shout out to Delta Street, Sleep, Spring Island. Next, we have Jada, Jesse, and John, JJJ. Probably another album you guys don't know about. Y'all Sleeping. This is an amazing abstract rap album. If you know Jim Balls, you know he likes abstract rap. I love the amazing minimalistic production on this. Very introspective lyrics. The production creates an amazing, depressing atmosphere. I like the vocals on this. These are mixed with like barely any reverb to it, but it feels very close to you, very personal album. And this is actually good British music. These are some UK rappers. They have good chemistry. And then it's actually good. Some actually good British music. So you got to commend them for that. Next, we have Porter Robinson, Nurture. This made me happy, made me smile. Super beautiful album. Perfect spring album. I don't have much to say other than this is just a really beautiful album. And it just made me happy. Next, we have, I think it's called Delete Zeke, DLTZK, Frailty. This is the best hyperpop album ever. This definitely isn't a full-blown hyperpop album, but there's some undertones of it. This thing takes influences from 2000s pop, emo, and then a little bit of EDM as well, and then combines it with futuristic, glitchy production and hyperpop to make just an absolute masterpiece. This is very youthful, energetic. It hits the feels, some emotional moments as well. This whole thing is an experience. It just got better and better and better as you kept listening to it. Amazing album here. Next, we have Sweet Trip, A Tiny House, and Secret Speeches, Polar Equals. Sweet Trip is back, baby! It's been like over a decade since their last album, and they dropped this, and it's like they didn't skip a beat. They're still on it, still making beautiful dream pop, super enjoyable stuff. Probably would have been my #1 album of the year, but I wasn't invited to the Sweet Trip pizza party here, so I don't know. Maybe if I get invited next time, next album will get number one. So we'll see. Next up, we have Little Simps. Sometimes I might be introvert. Shout out to being in Venom 2, Little Simps. Hope your acting career takes off from here. But in all seriousness, this was an amazing album from Little Simps. Awesome thematic album. Production is crazy. I like the orchestra moments. Orchestral. I don't know if that's a word, but good use of orchestra production. And this just blew her previous albums out of the water. Like, I liked Little Simps before, but after this, it's like, this elevated her to probably being one of the best rappers out there right now. Shout out to Little Simps. Next up, we have Injury Reserve, By the Time I Get to Phoenix. This album just transports you to another world, a world that just feels like it's entirely falling apart, very apocalyptic. Insane futuristic production on this. The highlights on this are ridiculously high, like Superman That and Postpartum I really liked as well, and Knees. Amazing songs, best songs of the year. This is just an amazing album. I know, rest in peace Groggs, you can still feel just his energy on this album even though he isn't here. I think on Top Picks for You, I think the lyric was that your algorithms are still in action, something like that. And that's kind of how it felt on this album. Amazing album for Injury Reserve. Next, we have Armand Hammer and The Alchemist, Haram. The Alchemist can't miss. Billy Woods can't miss. Elucid always spazzes out. This is a dummy, awesome album. Billy and Elucid, always crazy. They got amazing chemistry. The Alchemist on production definitely kind of bent his style a little bit to fit the Armand Hammer style, but it's still a bit jazzy. You can still feel that it's The Alchemist on production. Super consistent album. Every song hits. Another great Earl feature. We know we love Earl Sweatshirt here on the Jim Balls channel. Amazing album here, Haram. Next up, we have Paranoia to See the Next Part of the Dream. This is another lo-fi indie rock classic. I feel like it's up there, and it's not as good as Car Seat Headrest Twin Fantasy, but I think it's up there. This is another classic, super emotional album. Springtime Sadness, super bittersweet album. Just awesome album. The production on this is really good. It's got that lo-fi feel, but it's not superly over lo-fi. It's just about right. An amazing shoegaze album. We love Paranoia here. Excited to see what they got coming up after this. But number one, it's Lil Ugly Mane again. Yes, sir. We got Volcanic Bird Enemy and The Voice Concerned. This is just an amazing psychedelic journey. This is an album that grew on me. It was probably sitting around my number 5 album of the year, but as we got towards the end of the year, it just grew on me more and more and more. Lil Ugly Mane looks into himself and is very self-reflective on this album, very introspective. And Lil Ugly Mane, he's just a super talented dude. He switched up his style from making more experimental rap to making a kind of a trip hop psychedelic album, some alternative rock influences on this as well, and just absolutely nailed it. This album will grow on you. Amazing trip. This is just a great trip here. Lil Ugly Mane, he gets number 1. Shouts out to him. And these are the best albums of the year. This is Jim Balls. Thank you for watching. What was your favorite album of the year? If you didn't make the list, sorry about that, but comment it down below. What was your favorite album of the year? This is Jim Balls Music Reviews, and I am out.